Hello, I'm Clayton, and I'm going to be showing you the work we were doing with coding in Python and all that stuff. So, to do this, we have two main, I guess, operating systems that we use, Linux and Windows. Me personally, I'm a fan of what we're doing in Linux right now. Windows is like the same thing pretty much. It's just different style and just different, like, I guess, like it has its flavors. But so I have both of them open right now. We're gonna start. I'm gonna show most of it in Linux, and I'll go over the same system with Windows. But for Linux, here is what we're working with. So we have our PyCharm Community Edition, along with our GitKraken. So GitKraken is over here. PyCharm is this thing. This is where you code your Python and where you run scripts. So we're gonna start back from when we started, I guess, and how to do that in GitKraken. So these are like all of your like file changes and everything. We're gonna go down to the bottom. Our first one, initial block whittle. Gonna do this. Check out this comment. Checked it out. We go back over to our PyCharm. Oh, okay. And this is what we initially started with. We had our programmer's name, me, the branch it was in. This is the main branch, or like that. And there's that. Okay, and then we did branches. We made branches off of it. So one of our first branches that we made was this one, the welcome. Now we just started it. We added the branch it was named, and then we did some changes. And the first thing we did with this was we added the print welcome statement. And you do this, you run it, and it prints right here, welcome. And say I wanted to so I could isolate where it is better. I could do that. New line means just puts on a new line. We do this, and look, now it's right there. Fun. Now we're just going to undo that. Oh, and also doing that. So see how I made a change? This is a great time to go over how changes work, right? So if I would print something, right? I would print something in right, hi. It would come up to here, and it would say, hey, look, you have a work in progress, a WIP. You click on it. We should make sure we are, yeah. And then basically you would stage the file, and then you would do this and commit it, and that would do that. So I'm not gonna do this though. We're just gonna not do that change. So, anyways, but yeah, that's how that worked. And then it would push it, and then you could push it to the web and do all that stuff. But I'll go over that a little bit more later. So we did the welcome, and then we added a function, or we just added more to the print. Sorry, the functions in a sec. Go to here. Added our libraries that we wanted to import, and here is our while loop. And this is how we added ellipses. So if you can see over here, down here you have like the three dots that go up, 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 right? Now we added that using a while loop, and basically every time it goes through it once, and then it opens up, run a scan, blah blah blah. It doesn't actually run and scan, but for effect. But anyways, so the ellipses, it has a counter, which is our counter is x, and every time it goes through it, it checks if it is equal to 20, and if it's not equal to 20, this statement will be true, and then it would run. Otherwise, it would hit it, and then it would stop. But every time this runs, x plus 1, so this adds a value to x, it'll have the message, and then it'll times it with the ellipses, which is plus 1 every time, so it adds it up, and then it writes the message flush with what was already there. And yeah. Then what we're gonna do is after we did that, we went up here and we added we went through and worked on it so it looks right and how we wanted it. We're going to check out. Okay, wait, hang on. We're gonna go to. I guess this is our last welcome branch. So we're in our welcome branch. This is what it ended up as. We added color to it. It's the same thing, and then we added comments. Well, we use ChatGPT to help add comments. But we added color, so now it's pretty. and it works effectively the same way as what it was before. And so now we're gonna wait for that to go. There we go. Operating system booted up. Retina scanned. Access granted. Okay. After we did that, we took this and we merged it to our main branch. So you can tell by here, merge welcome. Oh, sorry, not main. We merged it into into beta test dev, and then where's my beta test dev? Which line is that? Why can't I scroll? Okay, all right. So we merged that into our beta test dev, and before you merge anything into any type of main branch, you want to test it in a secondary branch, because as soon as you put it into main, it will go out to the world or to whatever you're working on, right? And you want to make sure everything works the way you intended it before you do that, which is why you use beta test dev. It's basically like the same thing as a main, except for the main instantly goes out. The beta test dev, you put it all together, you work on it, make sure last minute bug fixes, and then you put that out onto the main once that's all good. So we did that. This was our welcome branch. Then the next thing we worked on was our weather, which is over here. So this was weather, right? We had this, and then we worked up here. Check out this command. We started with this, which this gets a random choice. So sunny, windy, blizzard, icy, and yeah. Then we added some more things to this. We added like a message, national weather condition snowing, national condition rainy, sunny. And then after we did that, we added comments, right? I added comments to the thing, and then we added I added delays, and we added delays to the code so that we have like a delay. And cool things, I can change the delay over here. So if I hit run, it'll run, and then it'll VRS system. It'll run VRS system, and I can change the delay so I can make it wait, I'm not gonna change it because that'll make a commit. Did it make it? Okay, good. Anyways, I can change the delay so that it changes the time it takes, but I don't want to do that because it'll make a new whip, and then I have to delete the whip. This is also in weather. I don't know what happened. Okay. This is still weather. Fix delays. I mean, over here, this is how our weather ended up as. Right now, we have this. Sunny, drive safe, icy, all that stuff, so that's pretty cool. And then we're up here. This is the last thing I did. I did it just a little bit ago, because I went back and worked on it a little bit. But, so yeah. Okay, so yeah. I haven't talked about how it works yet with the if statement. So, basically, with our weather, we have all these libraries like random and sleep. Sleep is for like having delays, and then the random is how we get round iterations. So it goes through. Here, we're gonna close these functions, and then I'll go through and talk about once they get called, if that makes sense. Okay, so what's called right away? This is how you call a function. You put the function's name with the parentheses, and it goes up here, and the code jumps up to here and does this. It goes in here, it gets current weather, and it does the weather function, which goes up to here, and goes into here, weather choices, the weather forecast list. This is our list of choices, weather condition, and then it takes a random choice from this list, and then basically sets it to weather condition. And then it says if weather condition, and that's just a little silly thing I added, just ignore that. And then basically, wrong button. Anyways, then it goes on here, and if it is snowing blizzard, it has like each thing has its own different message, and then it says it and it prints it out, right? Prints it out with that delay, right? So that's cool. Okay. Anyways, else, this is the last one. I just add this. If it somehow an error happens in the code, it would do this and not like crash the code. That's cool. After that, this is the last thing we worked on. Check out check it out. Weather. Our last weather. This uses a dictionary, so it assigns snowing or blizzard to a certain number and message. Right. It works effectively the same way. Same thing. You see rainy and all this. Sunny. Drive safe. So that's cool. And then the next thing we worked on was the gasoline, which is main. Welcome. Gasoline. Here we go. This boy. Print is the gasoline branch. There we go. And then we added gas. We added a gasoline list, I guess, which is here. And this prints half tank, marathon, half tank, Wesco, low, and it randomly selects using this. Randomly selects one of these values, returns it, prints it, and then this randomly selects a gas station, returns it, and prints it. The next thing, so you can see in here. So each of these like little like things is what I did. I added a comment. So created gas level alert. Check out this command. Gas level alert. So when I run this, it should. What? No. The closest gas station is Meyer. What is the 48? I don't know what a 48 is. Anyways. Oh, I know what that is. That is a round of here. It's the start time. It's when I started running it, I was working with something so that every like second or so it'll like lower your gas tank, which you'll see later, which is really cool. But anyways, so the closest gas station is Maya, which is 43.9 miles. Every time you run it, it'll Did I break it? I think I broke it. There we go. See? Low. You should get a job to give more gas. This is Bucky's and 2.5, so it sets a thingy with a number. There we go. All the iterations worked. I've checked it. Now this is where we did some things. Should work. Now it goes through, gets the full, and this one doesn't work, as I say. Needs to test. This one doesn't work because I just had to go. Anyways, if we go back further into our progress of stuff, this should work. So 2.5 quarter tank, and then every little seconds it goes 2.5 quarter tank, and then it's gonna go again 2.5 quarter tank. What 2.5? No, that's just half. That's a half tank right there. Is it gonna? There we go. Half a tank or a quarter tank, and then it'll tell you the gas station, which is 4.16 miles away. PyCharm Community Edition doesn't love to run this. It works a lot better in other things. I'll show that later. After that, yeah. And then we added this up here. Which this just yeah, ChatGPT helped me like organize some things, right? So it's effectively the same thing, just making sure it works crisply, you know. And that's how we did that. So now what I'm gonna show you is I'm going to merge. Oh wait, before I do that, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna go over to my nope, not this. I'm gonna go over to here, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go to you. Oh, okay. This is our Windows, and this is GitHub Desktop. So this is essentially the same thing, which is all of these: gasoline, beta test, weather, welcome, map. All that stuff is the same branches. You can like see our history. You have all the history of everything. So all the things I talked about is all here. This is our code. So if I want to go to my gasoline branch, it'll show up here, and it runs the same thing. Gonna close this terminal and run this. See, low. The closest gas station is West Coast, which is 2.49 miles away. That's really neato. Anyway, so that's this on this. We're gonna close this, and we're going to go back to Linux, and I'm going to show you how to merge. So we're going to take our gasoline, and we want to upload our gasoline into the, I guess, web and whatnot, and we want to push it out as a new update because we're done with it. It looks great. What we want to do that is we're going to check out beta test dev, make sure everything's pulled. We're going to go to gasoline, pull everything, and we're going to take this gasoline. Here, we can open this too, and take gasoline, and we're going to drag and drop it onto beta test, and it's going to say merge gasoline into beta test dev. That's what we want to do. We're going to click on this. Now, merge failed. There are merge conflicts that we need to resolve. There's always going to be a merge conflict, most typically in most of these cases, and that's what we have to do. So we're going to go to here, and we're going to see that we have this head, and then we'll go down. We're going to go down. We're going to go down here, and we have the end of gasoline. So what beta test dev looks like is this essentially. So what we're going to do is we want our weather, gasoline, welcome, gasoline, and then weather. That's what we want. So this is the welcome up here. So we can see how this is our welcome code. So we have all the message. This is our weather. So we're going to put gas branch here, and then we're going to put our gas branch here. So weather, go down, we go down, we go down. Vehicle response, that's still weather. This is our gasoline branch. So we're going to copy this, and this is the end of gasoline. And we're going to hit, I think, is the end. Oh, it mixed them. That's cute. So this is gasoline. This is also gasoline. Gas station, vehicle response system. We want this to be at the end. So we're going to do this. These two should be good. There's still gasoline. That is good. Okay. We're going to copy this. I'm going to copy all this stuff. And the best way to do that is Control X. And then we're going to go up to our gas branch here. Control V. And now it should be implemented in just range. Import random. We're going to take all of our imports, and we're going to move them up to the import library section. Wait. I hit the wrong button. That's so cool. Control Z. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Great. Control Z is your best friend. So import gas branch. So that should be here now. Weather function. And okay. Now we're going to go to here. Like I said, I'm going to move these. Control C, Control X. Here, Control V. And we're going to get rid of the duplicates. So import random is a duplicate. Import times a duplicate. SYS is good. OS, we don't need SYS. We already have one. We don't use OS. Great. Gonna go through, make sure the code looks good. Code branch. Okay, so we have gas branch. And then we have, these are all of our things. Wow, this is our while loop for our thingy. Weather function. So we want to just delete gasoline. those like little like extra comments, vehicle response system, sunny. And because my code, we're going to copy this, and we're going to here, we're gonna go to a while true loop. So this is while this is true, it'll just keep running. And we're going to, every time this checks, before we do that, we're going to do one of these, a vehicle weather system response. And we're going to have to take this while true loop, and we're going to put it at the bottom. Because this is all of this is our code for our, so this is like the thing that keeps it running in a loop. And this is the thing that, this is weather, right here, global weather, and then this is gas, all this is gas, and then we have our welcome. So that's neato. And then this should run just fine. Booting up. Booting. Gasoline branch, the closest gas station, which is that miles away, and the local weather station service as where I'm snowing. Glasses, Bucky's. So now we've incorporated both of those. So we have half a tank, the national weather. So it gives us the alert of like what it is outside, and then it tells you how much gas you have. So that's super duper cool. Yeah. Now we're done with that, and all of the merge conflicts are handled. We go over here, back to our this mark resolved. Unstage. So we only want to stage the Black Widow file. These are all extra files. We can keep this one. That's fine. But we want to keep this one. So we're going to merge gasoline, commit and merge, and it merged gasoline into beta test dev, and there we go. That's beta test dev right there. And then what we're gonna have to do is now we want to merge beta test dev. Also before we do this, push. What that does is that pushes it up to the cloud more or less. And with pushing it to the cloud, we can go to GitHub, we can go to the file, and we can see all the branches that we have, and we can see all the code within it. So right now I just pushed beta test dev out, so that should have the code that we just added. So at the bottom there should be that while loop. There it is, while true. And this is all the code. You can see everything here. You can even edit if you really wanted to, but edit this file and you can edit. Now it doesn't have, it's not a full IDE, it's just a text editor, so you can't run and compile and check your program, but you can edit it. So if like you want to do it on your phone, I've done that before, and you need to like edit some changes. It works pretty cool. Now we're gonna minimize this. Going back to our other thing, so now we want to take beta test, and we want to take beta test, and we want to merge it into main. So we're going to go to main. This is main. And then we're going to make sure it's all pulled, make sure it's all up to date. And then we're going to make sure check down main. We're going to take beta test, and we're going to drag it onto main, merge your beta test into main, and it should just merge. So cool it did. Look at that. It just automatically merged, and this is our main, and we're going to run it, and it should just work. So that is really cool. Booting up, gasoline branch, the Garter's tank. The National Weather Service has updated our alarm by 60 minutes because of blizzard, weather condition blizzard. VRS system has been engaged, allowing us to drive, and then it basically just keeps doing this over and over and over until you run out of gas. That's cool. Okay, I stopped it. So now, cool thing about that is make sure we push it. So it's up to the web now. Now it's up to date. You can tell by the computer in this. If you saw, they were separated and then they joined together when I hit push. We're going to go back to our Windows. And we're going to see that, look, we're going to change it. We're going to fetch all the changes online. And then we're going to go to main. And it should have that new stuff, which it does. And then we're going to run it. And look at that. Boots up. And then it's going to do all that. And it does that. How pretty. Now, I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm gonna show you one more thing though, real quick. Okay, so this is another really helpful site. It's really it's Visual Studios 2022. Its cool thing about it is I can run the programs and it'll open a command prompt terminal, so it'll show what the code looks like in an actual working thing. Works all smoothly, hence, and the typing effect looks so great. Full. We're gonna run it again, so hopefully we get a lower random score. Empty. So now we're already in empty, calling the AAA, and that'll just loop forever. And this is in our gasoline branch, by the way, up here. We're gonna run it again. It's low. Closest gas station was Costco, which is 10.1 miles away. And it'll do it again. Maybe. It'll do it again. Okay. Better one, maybe? Yeah, there we go. Closest gas station is Meyer, which is 2.4.7 miles away. Low. And it'll just it'll keep randomly doing that, and then eventually it'll go to empty, which is neato. There we go, it's empty. And then it'll call AAA, because you went from low to empty. Great. That's all. That's it for today, guys. We're gonna go back to our Linux. We merged it, make sure it's pushed. After we do that, we go to GitHub, check everything, make sure the main branch was updated. Main branch is updated, all the code, all the proper code. It all works correctly, so it's super cool. I'm pretty sure that's all I have to talk to you. I don't have anything else. So yeah. Okay, nothing before I go. Completely forgot a really key important part of the coding process. Management. So this is our Trello. We created a thing. We have all these different things, checklists of things that we had to do. So like print function, all this stuff, and we go through and check it. Gasoline. We updated this and we merged it. So now we do that. We take this and put it into doing. So we're now merging branches. We merged gas into this, merge BTD into main and check iterations. We did all that. So that's also done. So I mean, we're done with that, and we can add new cards like test. Add a card, and we can go into the card, we can add checklists, and we can test the title, and we can add different things like work on code, add, did it add the item, add, there you go, and it's checked, and yeah, that's about it, that's Trello, thank you.